Hello, and welcome to the not really a weekly moon update and not yet the follow the moon challenge. My name is Allison, and normally every Sunday at 8:30 p.m., we premiere a weekly moon update video that talks about the moon energy for the current week. However, for this upcoming Aquarius moon cycle, we're going to be following the moon every day and uploading videos every day. So we're not going to have our regular weekly moon update. I thought that it would be a good idea to kind of talk about what you can expect for the Follow the Moon challenge and still kind of get a little bit of your weekly moon update today. We're going to be talking about what to expect for the Follow the Moon challenge. Now, I know a lot of you have already done the Follow the Moon challenge before in the past. And while these videos are recycled, I try to make them a little bit different. And of course, I have to have them adhere to the specific day that we're talking about. So I'm hoping that even if you've done the challenge before, that you are excited to get started with the Follow the Moon challenge for 2025. And I personally was going to miss pulling cards for the week because we won't be having our weekly moon update during the challenge. So I thought that this video would be a good chance to still pull oracle cards for the week, collective cards for the week, and talk a little bit about what you can expect in this year's Follow the Moon challenge, especially if you haven't done a Follow the Moon challenge with us yet. So let's jump into it. So basically, the Follow the Moon challenge is going to be daily videos for 28 days talking about the moon for the day. Normally in the weekly moon update, we talk about the moon for the week. These are going to be daily videos talking about the moon every day. So I've decided to do this year's challenge as a 28-day challenge because by the time we get to day 29 and 30, we're already back in the new moon energy that we started with. So it's just very repetitive information, and it just feels nicer to have 28 days. I know 30 days is like typical for like a monthly challenge, but we're talking about the moon here, okay? And we're talking about Aquarius, so we're doing things differently. This is not a typical 30-day monthly challenge. It's a atypical 28-day moon challenge. Every day, we're basically going to be talking about the moon's energy for the day, meaning the zodiac sign that it's in and the phase that it's in. Some videos have exercises to go along with it, like a meditation, or we have an exercise to connect to that zodiac sign's elements. Like we've got fire and water exercise, we've got an earth exercise, and some of them are just guided meditation. So I try to let you know the day before if you need to bring anything. Like for example, this week we have a water exercise, and I encourage you to have some sort of beverage, like a glass of water or your cup of coffee. So I try to let you know a day beforehand if you're going to need that. But as always, there's going to be timestamps in the description below so that if you need to come back and do the meditation or exercise later, you can always do that. In previous years, I've had the videos uploaded at random times. I mostly did that because sometimes the void of course times are a weird time. So to do it at different times, but I'm just going to have them all upload at 10 a.m. every day. Hopefully you can take a water cooler break and hang out and listen to our video for the day, or second breakfast, grab yourself a snack, go take a walk or outside and stretch and listen to the video. So I try to keep them around 15 minutes, but there are some that run a little bit longer. Those are the ones that are going to have guided meditations. And some of them are a little shorter. Some of them are only 8 minutes. With the exception of day 1 is a 30-minute video because it has a guided meditation on it. And because most of the videos in the challenge will have 2 videos per sign, because the moon is usually in a sign for 2.5 days. In day 1's case, we've already been in Aquarius for a day. So basically the Aquarius video is all in one video, so that's why it's longer. It's not split into two videos. Okay, so the other thing that all of the videos are going to have, and I'm going to try to post these on social media too, this image here. So for day 1, we've got our new moon at 7:35 a.m. So every video is also going to have a moonrise time in a meridian time, which is when the moon is directly overhead, and a moon set time. So these are intended to help you understand where the moon is in the sky at all times during the day, and also like when you can go outside and see it. For a new moon, because as you can see, it rises so closely to the sun, you don't really see, like, it's like right there next to the sun, you can't really see it. So eventually, when we get closer to the first quarter, you'll be able to start seeing it in the sky. But these times are just so that you know that, like, where it is in the sky at all times, and just to kind of be aware of it, to kind of think about that throughout the day. And also, usually on here, it's not on this one because there is no void of course time, but the void of course times will be on there as well when they occur. So the void of course time is when the moon is transitioning from one sign to the other. So every video is going to have all of these times so that you can be aware of where the moon is. We're also going to do deep dives on the zodiac sign that it's in and the moon phase, as well as occasionally exercises that will vary depending on what sign we're talking about. What do you need for the Follow the Moon Challenge? Obviously, ideally, you would like to have a Just a Phase moon planner. And if you don't, the vertical version is available for print on demand on Vervante. That link is in the description. The digital version is for both the vertical and horizontal is available on my website. So you don't have to have a Just a Phase moon planner. You can use any planner, period. You can use a wall calendar, or you can use just a journal. Start making a habit of writing the moon phase and zodiac sign anytime you write a journal entry. The reason I say this is because that was the entire reason for how I discovered that I was like really emotionally sensitive to not just the moon, but also the other planets. And I started to notice like, wow, I'm always writing in my journal during a last quarter or a waning crescent moon. So that tells me that like during a waning crescent moon that I am in a like reflective journaling kind of mood. I also noticed that I was like emotional and crying on Scorpio days, no matter what the phase was in, because I would flip back in my journal entries and look at like a really emotional entry that I put in, and it was always on a Scorpio day. And if it wasn't on a Scorpio day, it was on a water day. So that was like how I decided to start following the moon very closely. It's why I designed this planner, because I feel like other astrological planners are not as moon focused, and the moon is what was affecting me the most, I noticed. I highly recommend start writing the moon phase and zodiac sign in every journal entry, because you will start to see patterns. If you have a planner, bring that with you every day and at least fill out the mood tracker, like when you're sitting there and thinking about the moon's energy and the zodiac sign, so that you can kind of make notes of like, oh wow, I feel like this on Taurus days. I think that tracking it's so eye-opening, and you discover so many things about yourself. So bring your planner and or a journal. Sometimes you'll need to set aside time to do the exercises. That's why I always put the timestamps in the description below, so that like, and it'll say meditation, and you can just click on that whenever you have the time, whenever you're able to like sit and be quiet. This is going to be the only weekly moon update for the whole month of the challenge. However, I will have a February plan with me coming out, so that you can plan with me and fill in the dates on your planner and fill in the moon phases and signs and all the astrological info. So we'll be talking about that. Video should be coming out sometime this week. So let's talk about what to expect specifically for this week. So day one of the challenge is going to be Wednesday, January 29th. We enter Aquarius at 2:32 p.m. Tuesday. So you'll be in Aquarius energy from Tuesday afternoon on, and then the moon is new at 7:53 a.m. Wednesday morning. And we'll have our first video premiering at 10 a.m. So like I said, the first video is a longer video because the guided meditation is around 10 to 15 minutes. For day two, we have a really long void of course time. So we're getting to talk about void of course time early in the challenge. Sometimes we don't get to it until later. So we're talking about void of course and void of course transition times, liminal spaces, and seeing if you can feel the absence of the sign. In this case, it's the Aquarius to Pisces. So for Pisces, we're going to have a water exercise. So just remember on Friday to make sure that you have a cup of coffee, a cup of water, some sort of beverage with you. And we'll be talking about water again on Saturday. And then we are moving into Aries on Sunday. So the energy of this week, we're starting off with Capricorn. So that's why I wanted to have the video come out today so that like you can get your planner ready and set up. Hopefully I'll have the plan with me video come out around these days so that you can get your planner set up and dated and with all of the astro information in there and and the moon phases and everything. So Capricorn helps us like get ready for things. I love starting off the week with an earth sign because I just feel like I get organized and I get things situated and like ready for the week. So get your planner ready, work out your schedule so that you can take a little break at 10 o'clock and watch the videos. I'm really excited to get started with this. So I pulled cards for this week. I'm using the Magic of Unicorns Oracle by Diana Cooper because unicorn energy is Aquarius energy. So we're entering into the Aquarius Be Weird and Unique moon cycle. So we have enlightenment, look from the highest perspective and see the divine in everyone. Receiving this card draws your attention to the eagle. Is there an eagle on this card? I don't see an eagle. What? Okay. Receiving this card draws your attention to the eagle. It prompts you to soar high like an eagle, to see everything from the highest perspective, and to be ready to take action in a moment. It also reminds you to be a master and take full responsibility for your life and everything you attract into it. Your unicorn guidance is to rise above any challenges or difficult situations. So rise high, move above and beyond the mental and emotional into the spiritual. Respond to everything according to the spiritual laws of the universe. The card of enlightenment also calls on you to use discernment and discrimination in all things. Enlightenment is a function of the third eye chakra, which holds 96 lessons in a spiral of chambers. Unicorns are fully enlightened beings, and pure light radiates from their third eye. They use this light to awaken you. Call on your unicorn to touch your third eye with its horn of light and illuminate it. We all go through the veil of amnesia when we incarnate. Your unicorn will help you to dissolve any of the 7 veils of illusion that are still in place. Ask it to do so. And the affirmation is, I act as an enlightened master. So I don't know about you guys, but my week last week sucked. I was in such a low place. Like this happens. I'm very prone to depression. This happens to me. It used to happen way more frequently than it does. And I guess maybe it's been a while. Maybe it's been, I don't know, like 3 months maybe. But holy moly. And it was combined with this collective energy. I know a lot of us in our community were struggling. Some of you reached out to me, and thank you so much for reaching out to you. I was not in a place where I felt like I could be of any assistance to anybody, but I'm so proud of you for reaching out because I know that's really hard to do when you're not feeling when you're feeling really low. I know it's really hard to reach out and ask for help. So thank you. I'm proud of you. Hopefully we're like coming out of that energy, especially moving into the Aquarius moon cycle, because Aquarius and air energy helps to give us clarity. And when we're bogged down in depression or even anxiety, when there's too many thoughts going on, you're literally cloudy. You cannot see things clearly because the emotions are so heavy and so like thick. It clouds your vision. So it sounds like we are coming out of that energy, thank goodness. And if you haven't, if you're still in this low place, what finally like pulled me out of it, other than the moon moving from Scorpio to Sagittarius, was taking that step back, like this card is saying, and looking at things from a higher perspective and just seeing the big picture, getting a better vantage point and understanding. Because like when we're in these low moments, we are so pinpointing on the thing that's causing us pain or the thing that's hurting us or the thing that's bothering us or the obstacle that's right in front of us, that it's like we can't see anything else. And for me, how that presents itself is I'm just like wallowing. Like I don't know how to get out of this hole. I can't see a way out. And it's scary. And it's really hard for me to pull myself out of those places. But eventually I was like, I was trying to like focus on things. I was trying to film the videos for this challenge and edit them. And I was just trying to focus on work. And then and focus on my clients, and none of that was like, usually when I focus on work, I get excited and motivated, and I'm like, okay, I can pull myself out of this, but it just like wasn't happening. There was even a point where I was just like, I don't know if I can work. Like if I'm this low, I don't like, how am I supposed to help somebody when I'm feeling this low? What made me snap out of it was letting go. Instead of trying to focus on something else, instead of trying to distract myself, instead of drinking an extra cup of coffee or whatever vice I was trying to use at that moment, I just went to bed. I laid down and I just placed my hands on me, and I was just like, I just let go. I just surrendered, and I was like, okay, you can rest, you can heal. Like, why are we experiencing this low? Why are we experiencing this pain? And just really tried to surrender to it, and that created this shift. The surrender created a shift. But then when I felt the moment the moon moved from Scorpio to Sagittarius, and I was just like a burst of light. Like I was just like, finally, oh my God, this breakthrough. Cause I was really worried. It was like we were in Scorpio for quite a long time, but I was already not feeling well like the week before. So it was just too much. So this perspective shift really does help pull us out of a funk. So if you're still in a funk, try to be an eagle, try to look at your situation from the other person's perspective if there's other people involved. And another thing that I think helps shifting this perspective and like looking at the collective and how crazy the world is right now. And when you take a step back from it, it's like it doesn't even seem real. It seems so chaotic and so crazy and like delusional that thinking about spirituality and a unicorn like feels so much more real. I don't know if anybody else has had that experience. I'm like, how does a unicorn feel so much more real than the political climate right now? I'm just like, what? I don't even understand like how these two things can exist at the same time. I don't know. It's so crazy. The world is so crazy right now. But I think that like we can feel these things shifting. And it does start with ourselves. It has to start with ourselves. If you are not making sure that you are okay, like nothing else matters. Like I was trying to distract myself and it was just like, I'm just running on empty. Like, what am I doing? So I had to let go. We have to let go of our obligations and reprioritize ourselves as being number one. We have to. So I had to go out in my little hermit hidey hole the last week or so. And now I'm like ready to shine my light again. So I hope that this unicorn coming in is bringing that light with it and encouraging you to shine your light as well. Okay, so 2 chakra cards came out for us today. We've got solar plexus and soul star. So solar plexus is in the middle of your abdomen, and it's where your light is. It's self-esteem, it's courage. It's literally where your light is. It's your sun. The soul star chakra is a foot above your head, and it's your spiritual sun. So we have 2 sources of light coming in for us this week. So spiritual development, the events of your life, past, present, and future, are coming together right now in ways that you can recognize. And as you realize your grasp on time and space in your spiritual development, you will be able to see the connections even more easily. Enjoy this new perspective and allow it to bring you to a new level of peace. Focus your attention and intention on the intimate and subtle relationship among all things. As you gaze at life's unfolding from this space of heightened awareness, allow your knowing to deepen your compassion for others. This is a very similar message to the unicorn card. That's kind of wild. And I don't really recognize this card, so that's really interesting. The crystal they recommend is scolasite. Ooh, we've got some right here. Infinite generator of scolasite. It's very white and kind of speckly, almost like bone, like bone or marbly. Like it actually, like the way it grows, this is a pretty solid piece of scolecite, but how it grows almost looks like coral. It usually has like holes in it, and sometimes it like fans out like coral. It's a really cool stone. The crystal they recommend is scolecite, and the herb is jasmine leaf. Jasmine always makes me think of Cleopatra and lapis lazuli because of that. And like jasmine's like very florally, but it's not a delicate floral. It's like a very strong floral. Anyways, all right. So our solar plexus chakra card is inspired power. Divine power lies within you, waiting to be awakened. You are capable of turning your seeds of intention into blooms that will delight and sustain you for many years to come. This is your time, dear one. Trust that your ability to call forth abundance, then watch it flow to you with ease. All that comes to you is yours because you are worthy and you have been patiently faithful. Receive this affirmation with gratitude. Wow, what a beautiful message. The crystal I recommend here is yellow jade and herb is lily of the valley. Both of those I've not worked with. So I can't tell you much about them. So, wow, what really powerful messages that we have for this week. And then last but not least, we have red jasper. It activates the earth star and root star chakras and helps to renew your strength. It's restorative, calming, strengthening, and brings emotional balance. A go-to healing stone, this gem will help you find your groove and flow with greater ease and fortitude. Red jasper is also known as a warrior stone and raises courage. The affirmation is, I am courageous, strong, and full of vitality. You know, it's crazy. I actually recently started working with red jasper, and I don't know why I've been avoiding it. Like I've had a little raw piece of it for years, like a decade. I have no idea why I haven't worked with it. And I think I just thought of it as just like a root chakra stone. And like, I have other stones that I liked to work for grounding and connecting to the root. And I just never really thought to work with it. And it's so healing. I need to do a Let's Get Stone video of it. It's incredibly healing. Like we don't think to go to root stones for emotional healing specifically. Like I think to go to heart chakra stones for that, or even clear stones for just like cleansing and releasing. And I don't know. I don't know why I never worked with it before, but its effects are very, very, very transformative. Its energy is very strong and powerful, like a earthy grounding stone, but also very gentle at the same time. And like it says, it's almost, I would say it's like a root and a solar plexus chakra stone because it gives you the courage to have strength. It's not just making you strong. It's like really revitalizing, which was very surprising for me. I bought some red jasper beads. They're not here yet, but I bought some. Hopefully they'll be here soon. Anyways, those are our cards for this week. I hope that you're excited for the Follow the Moon challenge. Don't worry if you can't be there every day at 10 a.m. Don't worry if you aren't able to watch the video. Some people like to watch them at the end of the week watch them at the end of the week and all at once. So they will be added to a playlist once they're premiered and once they're uploaded. So if you need to watch a couple at a time, if you need to watch the whole week at a time. So I hope that you're excited for the Follow the Moon challenge. Remember, it starts this Wednesday at 10 a.m. I hope you're excited for this challenge. I've worked so tirelessly finishing it and trying to make it a little bit different from the years before. If you are still like in this low place and still in this funk, look for somebody else's light. I promise that it's out there. I changed my profile picture to the lantern because I feel like I'm finally like out of this deep dark hole, and I'm sure I'm gonna go back into that hole soon. I mean, the moon is darkening as we're speaking, so I might find myself back there again. So thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you on the other side of the looking glass again sometime soon, and especially every day for the next month. Thanks. Have a good week, everybody. Why is there a ginormous stingray on a U-Haul truck? That doesn't make any sense. I can't read what it says because I'm not wearing my glasses.